What's up, guys? You back for some more scares? Because I certainly have no other reason why I'd be here right now, that's for sure. But welcome to my scares video, everyone. So, a couple things I just want to talk about real quick. So first off, from one YouTuber to another, this guy's helped me out quite a bit, so I feel like I also should return the favor. If you're not already, please go check out Prendo JR. I believe, in fact, let's go ahead and get the link to his channel here. Okay, hold on here. Need to leave a link to. I knew it. This stupid new streaming. Okay, hold on here a second. I gotta change the thumbnail. Hold on here a second. Wait, file is not an image. What? I clicked on scary pictures. Oh, it's okay. It's a product placement. The picture I selected was a product placement. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. Alright. Now let's try this. Again, stupid. Not a. What's with this wallpaper stuff? Okay, that looks too phallic. Not gonna use that. Sorry about that. This is affecting the stream already, guys. It's just YouTube decided to. What's with all these? It's not a. It is an image. type. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous, people here. Hold on here. Yes, save it as a JPEG. No. Change. Oh. One second. Right. One of these has to work. What? Okay, hold on a second. Maybe if I refresh. Let's go ahead and save. Refresh. What is an image then? Alright, you know what? I got an idea. is it? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a snapshot of one of these pictures and just use that as the thumbnail. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay, so I made the changes. Thumbnail should be updated. And the link to Prendo JR's channel is in the description below. Alright, so now we can get to what I was talking about earlier. So, some things have come up since my last stream, and I feel like if I don't address them, I don't know, people might get upset at me or whatever. I don't know. But first off, we gotta address the very sudden and untimely death of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman. Guys, he was taken from us way too quickly, and you know, a lot of times, you know, when you hear about celebrity deaths, the first thing you think is, oh, he committed suicide, or he overdosed on drugs, or something, blah blah blah, and all that. But no, this guy, Boseman, was a legend, guys. He had, I think it was it colon cancer or something like that, brain cancer. He had a form of cancer that was in stage 4. He kept it from everyone, and you know, the guy was a beast. He did 4 movies while battling cancer at the same time, and dude, that guy, he's missed by a lot of people. You know, I'm sure I don't have to tell anyone this, but there are a lot of people that miss him, and I just wanted to, you know, throw in my 2 cents and send my condolences to his family, to his loved ones, to his friends, and all that, who might be hurting with this loss right now. Another thing I wanted to address out there is I actually got a comment about this earlier today. Someone, one of my subscribers, Alien Crow, he asked me, you know, he recalled me doing my Mini Lad versus Terrorizer video from 6 months ago, and he wanted to know if I was gonna do a video surrounding the current controversy surrounding Mini Lad, and you know, I this was my response to him. I just wanted to throw it out there for the rest of you as well, though. I'm a bit torn about covering that issue. First off, I just want to put it out there on record. Am I disappointed in Minilad? Yes. Very much so. But, you know, other things have to be taken into consideration with this. Because, you know, a lot of times when, you know, fangirls or, you know, super fans of people, you know, ask for nudes. You know, I'm not saying, you know, it's right to ask for nudes or to give nudes out and all that, but a lot of times people will lie about their ages in order to make the person feel comfortable enough to do it. I don't know if this is the case with these two particular girls or not, but you know, and you know, I know it's something that Minnie hasn't covered, but you know, from what I can gather, he learned his lesson from it. You know, he's it only happened once. He realized that he was distributing it to minors, and you know, he just kind of pulled back from that and all that, and so it's hard for me to really get a good grasp on the situation. I would have to do a bit more research on it, but from my perspective, I'm just going to throw it out there. It's hard for me to judge the very few times he's done something wrong versus everything that he has done good for society as well. You know, the Thirst Project. You know, a lot of people might say that he did it because, you know, he wanted to try to clear his guilty conscience, and you know, yeah, that's a possibility too. I will throw that out there as well. Bottom line is, no one's perfect. I might do a video on it. I don't know. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just saying, that I need to do more research and find out what exactly the whole story is before I make a judgment call. I might do a video. I'm leaning more towards yeah, but I don't know. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get to some fun, spooky ghost videos. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't fall over, camera. Don't fall over, Mr. Camera. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn on the display. I'm just going to keep going until I'm done because there's a lot to cover. Alright, so first off, we got the scariest TikTok videos of 2020 from your boy, King Frostmare.
Hello guys, today we want to take a look at some of the scariest TikToks 2020. This is about...
Damn it, Frostmare! His video started with a thunder sound and all that, and I thought that there was a storm going on outside.
The city this month. I hope we can enjoy this together once more. Now let's buckle up and stay frosty.
Because of course that's the one that's when we start with. Followed her home.
Open the door, open the door. Oh my god, oh my god.
Sarima Moonis uploaded this clip to her TikTok. She tells her viewers that she felt something bad was following her home that day. The Ring camera of her parents' house has filmed during this incident. All she can think of is opening the door to supposedly safe haven as fast as she can.
open the door, open the door, open the door. Oh my god, oh my god.
But was there actually anything?
Oh, I see a silhouette behind her, but there's no clear physical features.
What appears to be a tall shadow man can be seen for a brief moment before vanishing into thin air. This is interesting because it reminds me of an apparition of another person who has shared this image on Reddit a couple of years ago. Of course, this doesn't prove anything, but it sparks one imagination about what else could be out there.
Okay, now that other one that he showed, it just kind of looked like a mannequin's leg being brought close to the light and creating a big shadow.
TikTok user Kuno was filming this recording in his own room. It is stated that nobody else but Kuno was at home at the time. While this is hard to prove, of course, we will take this at face value. Towards the end of this song, something really mysterious is appearing in the doorway right behind Kuno.
I think I've seen this clip before. I have seen this clip before. For that one, I remember saying that I was leaning towards an intruder who didn't know that person was home at the time.
It's hard to tell, but I almost would say I can see facial features. What about you?
That's exactly what I thought.
Maybe just a family member that snuck into the house.
Oop.
In this clip, TikTok user Guadalupe Vergara has recorded one of these lovely kitchen dances that we all know from the platform. I have no idea why, but kitchens seem to be very popular out of all places. She's performing a choreography to one of her favorite songs at the time, when some mysterious activity takes place behind her.
What? Okay, hold on here, hold on.
Is
here,
it
hold
put-
on here.
Is it poltergeist activity? Besides the door opening, two items are getting thrown off the counter behind her. Look how the teddy bear rotates in position first before it's being dropped.
Okay, now it's fair to point out, I did not, right here, I did not see a shadow or a silhouette move across, so there was nothing physical there opening and pushing the door open.
Mysterious. What do you think?
I'm leaning more towards paranormal on that one.
It's Chantel Aid is a regular TikTok user and performs different choreographies that she likes to share with her followers. Nothing out of place had been captured by her in the past, so everybody was surprised by the following recording. It took place while being home alone and dancing in the kitchen. Thinking nothing at all, something appears to be playing with her hair. A sudden burst of wind seems to push her hair up in the air. There's nothing apparent on screen that could give us an explanation for it. I don't think that a window could be responsible for such an effect. It's just too strong of a force in my opinion.
I agree.
Of course it could have been something off screen that was responsible for this, like a hairdryer for example. but I guess we will never know for sure. Jackie has uploaded a video to her TikTok in which she thinks she has caught an unknown figure standing in the back room after taking a picture of herself. The interesting part though, it was apparently taken shortly after her grandmother had passed away, which was around 3 years ago to this day. Could she maybe capture a spirit that was visiting her that day? It can only be speculated.
Looks like a mannequin of some kind.
To me, this does not look like an elderly person though. It looks way more creepy, like it's sinister. What was it in the end? I have really no idea. Do you? The next events were documented.
Nobody
over a couple of
left?
weeks, if not more. TikTok user Where Is Everybody states that one morning he woke up with his family members just gone. He couldn't really reach anybody and decided to get comfortable at home since he was stocked on food and other necessities. The following day, he packs a couple of things and makes his way to explore the neighborhood. But after coming across a strange figure, he turned around and went home. Almost looks like somebody in a robe.
Whoa.
Although unlucky with the generator, he locked himself in that night to keep himself safe. The next several days, he's basically realizing that a lot more must have happened than he had originally thought. Of all the places he checks, no one is around anywhere. And sure enough, the rope man is back, this time in his home.
What the hell? I kind of remember this one, but at the same time I don't. It seems very new for me.
His next clips are showing him roaming around on the streets day and night. And of course he continues to show that nobody is around anymore. He comes across another weird person on the road at night and decides,
Hello?
for whatever reason, to get out of the car and talk to
Hello?
it. But the figure appears to be gone. More days pass by without finding anybody around. Still, he keeps recording.
Found a deer.
He's charging his phone at a factory, I believe. This night then,
Dude, this... Wow, okay. This is either one hell of an impressive performance, or this shit's actually happening to him, guys. It's difficult to keep a lie like this elaborate up for this long. You know, it would require timing, permissions, and just paying people. I mean, who would do this for some TikTok views? Who would do this?
he decided to make it a bit further out of town.
And I've never seen this before. Like, this grass is really shaven. Like, what?
On another night, he can finally capture a person, but he doesn't tell us much. Could be anybody. This is one of the last captures of him so far. He wants to keep bad spirits out of his house. I'll keep you guys updated on him. Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider becoming a member and join Shay Hitchcock, Joey Spagnoletti, Hector Colazzo, Kath Orange.
The bunker.
First Pope recorded the following clip. He states that he had recorded it a few months back while he was exploring Besançon in France. While he was on his way back to his Airbnb, he noticed a long dark tunnel close to the mountain trail he had to walk on. He thinks that this was part of a fort and shouted a couple of times to ensure nobody was in there, then entered. After a little bit, he turned left and there was a room, which was way too large for his flashlight to illuminate.
What the hell?
Of course he makes it out of there as fast as he can. What appears to be a white mist had passed him by at the entrance. I almost feel that I see a face in there.
I see it too. Dang mosquito bite.
What do you think?
Ooh.
People go through scary events all of the time.
Alright, so that was that one. So here's the next one. 5 scary videos I bet you can't handle, and it's by your boy Chills.
Life-changing incidents that they never thought they would be able to handle. Ones just like these videos. Number 5. D-Menace is a YouTuber from the Ukraine who gets a thrill from exploring abandoned places. He's really pumped to see every level of this old factory because in his mind, the bigger the building, the better the adventure. But little does he know this urban exploration has already gone wrong in a scary way. The abandoned place has a lot of dead-end rooms, not to mention a creepy basement that fills him with unease. He can't even imagine who would ever live down here, but it looks like someone has before. The scariest place in the whole factory has to be this window, because of what he's about to see next. D-Menace is most likely walking around someone's turf. We all know where there's one creepy stranger, there's most likely more. Perhaps a whole misfit crew who doesn't take kindly to new faces, especially ones walking around with expensive camera gear waiting to get jacked. He soon suspects he's possibly being followed, and decides to cut the urban exploration short before something else goes wrong. And it does. On the way out, he sees somebody stationed on the other side of a wall, like they're waiting for him. He accidentally makes a sound and the legs disappear from view. The exit is within sight and he is trying his best to creep along this wall unseen. He is tall and wearing a hat, so he's easy enough to see. Within seconds, a man stands over him, the same scary man he watched from the window. After a tense conversation, he soon learns that they are simply exploring the same abandoned place.
You know, it's funny because I actually saw that coming. I saw that. It was just another explorer. Oh, I gotta tell him. Okay, one second. I gotta tell my wife about this one. So this explorer entered this abandoned building. Not sure, and looking around, just a typical urban exploration. He looks out the window and he sees a creepy looking guy entering the same building that he's in. So he immediately thinks that this guy is like a drug dealer or homeless person, and he's creeping in on his turf. So he decides to try to get out of there. But unfortunately, they cross paths with each other, and so now he's panicking and thinking, "Oh crap! I'm gonna die here. This is where I meet my end." But it turns out that this person's just another urban explorer like him. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming too, but I didn't know for sure.
And probably thought they were being followed. It's a simple misunderstanding, but I can't help but wonder if this was scripted, because at 10 minutes and 50 seconds, it looks more like D. Menace is trying not to laugh rather than truly being scared. I guess we all react different to fear, so maybe the anxiety from getting caught is what caused this nervous smile. Anyway, the two urban explorers exchange information and agree to go look at more abandoned places together someday. Tell me if you think they knew each other beforehand, because if not, this encounter would have absolutely been terrifying for both parties. Number 4.
Yeah.
A YouTuber named Gizzy the Third is minding their own business on a subway in the Bronx when they notice another passenger who is not. The man in all red does not necessarily look scary at first, but the way he keeps trying to get the attention of the woman in front of him is creepy enough for this YouTuber to start recording. The man in red taps her, and she has to lift her hood over her eyes to even see him. So it's pretty clear that she was trying to sleep, or at the very least, wanted to be left alone. He says something to her that I think sounds like he has a question. This is what I hear, but tell me what you hear, if anything. He's smiling at her, and then he thinks someone is looking at him. It's an odd expression that kind of looks surprised. His attention goes back onto the girl, and once again he takes it upon himself to get her at him again. Once again she picks up her hood, and I don't hear what he says, but he motions out the door with a crooked index finger, and then points at her. They exchange a sentence or two more, and it looks like the situation is over with. At 53 seconds, this YouTuber puts his camera down, and as he does, you can see the woman's hood is over her eyes again, and she looks to have possibly drifted off again. That's when he scoops her. Within literally 2 seconds, she goes from being comfortably in her seat to getting carried off the train. At the 1 minute mark, she makes a futile attempt to grab the door on the way out, but there's simply not enough time to do anything but yell. The scary individual sits down on a bench and doesn't say a word as he stands up and walks back inside to get help. Somebody was sitting next to her the whole time, but he was passed out. I know this is the same person because they are wearing the same scarf they had over their head to help them sleep. It really does look like this guy tried to scoop up a random stranger in the middle of the afternoon in front of her friend and everyone else. I have no idea if this is really
This guy's
what he was
nuts.
planning to do, but in my opinion, it looks like he was testing to see how tired she was. He might have thought he could have gotten off the train without her waking up, and who knows what he would have done next. Fortunately, she woke up before any of that could happen, and he was promptly taken into custody by authorities. Number 3. A paranormal explorer in India known as Grey Wolf searches for evidence of the paranormal in the ruins of an abandoned shopping mall that's said to be haunted. On the balcony of the second floor, they find a small room hidden away that gives them a bad feeling. personal clothing items from many different people seem to be piled in the corner, and maybe even a child's backpack. Grey Wolf continues exploring various abandoned places until they get to the next floor. Tell me what Grey Wolf's friend is pointing out moments before it happens.
பாருங்க இந்த இடத்துல இருந்து எவ்வளவு பெரிய மரம் வந்திருக்கு பாருங்க கீழே ஆக்சுவலி தரை தரையில இருந்து எவ்வளவு பெரிய மரம் வந்திருக்கு
A loud crash turns them around. Whatever he says, it's enough to make an object clatter to the floor from somewhere deeper inside.
What the what?
They hear footsteps and go to the roof, but no one's there. Then they hear another noise at the bottom. Did something walk past them on the stairs? They go down to investigate and find the place is empty, or so they think.
Hello?
A ghostly voice calls from somewhere unseen. He turns to the adjacent room, but I heard it from the woods, kind of at where they were pointing before. When they look out the window, a ghost or something bangs loudly, and then another loud crash before a witch's laughter fills the otherwise empty room. They claim to hear a chant, and at that exact moment, a mysterious and unexpected light pierces the dark room. Whatever it is, it seems to like playing on the stairs. An animal runs away, probably a cat from the looks of it, but that couldn't have been what made the very human voices they heard earlier. Many people suspect that this was a spirit called a jinn, who, according to legends, can take the shape of animals at will. Number 2, Rain and Jenna.
That was creepy. That was really creepy.
Sinister RP returned to finish a paranormal grudge, one that began at the cemetery, a haunted apartment that they are left with. 3 days ago is when they went exploring here for the first time, the Boyd Cemetery, somewhere in Canada. That's when a ghost decided that if they wanted to explore its home, then it's only fair to explore theirs. Later that night, they are able to make spiritual contact by using a ghost hunting app. The creepy conversation does not go well.
Can you tell me your name? If there is anything following me, you are not allowed to anymore.
The voice of a ghost named Ernest is followed by the sarcastic voice of a little ghost girl who says too bad at the very notion of banishing them. Ernest too sounds sarcastic when he says goodbye.
I said goodbye.
Their replies occur in real time and make sense, so they could have been actual EVPs from the other side. Rain and Jeno are not the type to be intimidated in their own home, and so they bravely return to the cemetery 3 days later for a final showdown. But the ghost voices only mock her as she scorns and warns them.
Do not follow us home. You are not allowed to follow us home. You are not allowed to attach yourselves to us or anything that we have here. We are going now. Goodbye.
The spirits don't sound very convinced, and as they back out of the Boyd Cemetery in silence, they think they catch a glimpse of a fiendish figure crouching behind a marker. Perhaps old Ernest himself.
Ooh.
That's not part of the architecture in my opinion. It only looks more supernatural and creepy when you zoom in. Perhaps coming back here has done more harm than good. Sinister RP believes they have caught a real ghost sighting caught on camera. Tell me if you agree with their paranormal evidence, or if you have an alternative explanation.
I say that's real.
Jen, I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This mysterious creature sighting on live TV had people creeped out and calling in to see what it was. A federal employee is getting sworn into office, but all people can focus on is the bizarre reptilian behind him. It's pretty much a mask of the swamp creature from the Black Lagoon. You can even see that the person waits until everything is in motion before she puts the mask on to cause a little chaos of her own. She was wearing the mask for a full hour before they finally kicked her out. You would think that they would kick her out immediately, but I guess they didn't want to give her the satisfaction of stopping the event, so they let it proceed until the very end. She was removed from the building and given a warning, but not taken into custody. I was wondering if, based on what you've seen here, whether or not you think she has caused enough of a disruption to get charged. I think it's a weird thing to do and probably not the best decision, but I don't
think it was. I think they did the right thing because she obviously she didn't cause any harm. She saw that she showed that it was obviously a mask at the start. It was just a funny little prank. I think she just wanted to see how far she could carry it before they finally decided to just be like, nope, you're done. Yeah. So I think it's good that they didn't actually press any criminal charges on her.
don't think she should get in trouble. But what do you think? If you think you are an expert at figuring out creepy stuff, let's see if you are able to solve these unexplained videos.
Alright, so next one is 5 ghost videos so scary I got called out. What? Nuke's top 5, huh?
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The Rapids Theater haunting. The Rapids Theater is one of the oldest historical buildings remaining in the city of Niagara Falls, New York. Built in 1921, it has been in operation for almost a century. The theater is allegedly haunted by multiple ghosts. One of these spirits is said to be the ghost of a young actress who took her own life in the back of the theater many decades ago. Witnesses claim that doors in the old theater open and close on their own. Even creepier, theater performers and patrons claim to have seen apparitions walking on the theater stage. When approached, these apparitions mysteriously disappear by walking right through the theater wall. But that's not all. Many visitors have heard strange unexplained noises in the theater, including the clicking of high heels, mysterious whistling, and eerie voices calling out to them from the darkness. The most often heard voice is said to be the lilting, sing-song voice of an unknown woman. Tommy Hamilton from the YouTube channel Hamilton's Haunted Explorations is doing an overnight investigation at the Rapids Theater together with his cousin Dez. They are completely alone when they are exploring the main hall's first floor and bar area. Tommy asks the spirits that haunt the building to communicate with them, and it seems like something answers.
Is there any spirits here that might want to communicate with us? Or get your name out? Can you come say your name into my device that I have?
The strange, unexplained voice of
I heard that it was a ghost that said hello.
a man seems to say, "Help."
Can you come say your name into my
I also heard hello, so I'm not sure.
device that I have?
Now, Tommy didn't even notice this creepy voice at the time, and he didn't even point it out in his video. I actually discovered this strange EVP while closely reviewing his footage. But what happens next absolutely terrifies Tommy and his cousin. As the two ghost hunters are exploring the Rapid Theater's creepy basement,
Oh, of course it's a
they hear
basement.
some very strange sounds.
I thought that's Jimi Hendrix for a second.
Tommy, do you hear this stuff around here?
I heard something from up here, but it sounded like a baby cry, and it was weird.
No, I heard like a door creak.
Your creak might have. That's what I might have heard.
Tommy's cousin Des claims that she heard the creaking sound of a door opening somewhere close by. Tommy thinks that it could be the door at the top of the basement staircase, and they go to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling.
It is open. It's not open already, but it open more.
Ooh.
The camera catches the eerie voice of a woman singing or humming some tune from somewhere within the empty theater. The two-shot go.
Guys, ghosts keep pushing my phone over. It's certainly not gravity being caused by the charger cable plugged into it. Nope, it's a ghost.
Ghost hunters try to locate the source of the eerie sound and head upstairs, but there's no one there. Tommy says that this is the creepiest moment he has ever experienced, and to this day, he can't explain what the strange singing could have been. Was it the ghost of the young actress who tragically took her own life in the theater? Let me know what you think. You can watch Tommy's two-part investigation of the Rapids Theater over on his YouTube channel, Hamilton's Haunted Explorations. And Tommy says part 3 is coming soon.
Oh, really?
Visit from downstairs. Reddit user VanillaBear24399 says that she has often heard strange things around her parents' house, like voices and soft knocks and bumps. She says that her family basement makes her especially anxious, but she doesn't really know why. Then one day, Vanilla Bear's 7-year-old Labrador Retriever Blizzard starts to act very
Blizzard.
strange.
Cute name.
That's when she hears something at the basement door. When Vanilla Bear goes to check on her dog, she hears the chilling sound of something repeatedly turning the basement doorknob and rattling the door. She gathers up her courage and yanks open the door, but nothing there. So what do you think this could be?
That's
Is
creepy.
it a ghost caught on camera? Is it just some odd air vacuum that also somehow rotates the doorknob? Or could it be something else? Let me know what you think. No more clowning around.
I'm leaning towards paranormal on that one.
Celia and John.
I'm leaning towards paranormal on that one. These are some good ones, Nukes. You really went all out with this one.
From the YouTube channel Paranormal Voyages, travel to the world-famous Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. The creepy motel was founded in 1985, and the motel lobby houses an estimated 2,000 clown dolls and figurines. It basically looks like something right out of a nightmare. Even creepier, the Clown Motel sits right next to a 100-year-old cemetery where 300 people were buried between 1901.
The Tonopah Cemetery. Oh, that is actually a haunted cemetery. Oh.
1911. Many of the deceased were victims of the mysterious Tonopah Plague that swept through the local area in the 1900s. The other graves belonged to miners who died in a devastating fire in the local Belmont gold and silver mine.
Yeah, if I remember right, I remember hearing about that, and one of the men that died, his name was Bob, and he actually saved 5 people from that fire.
Visitors and employees of the Clown Motel say that they have witnessed some truly
Before losing his own life.
unexplainable things. Doors slam on their own for no reason. Room keys disappear. And many have heard unexplained...
Alright, I'm gonna say this right now. Whatever happens in this clip, I'm already willing to believe it's real. Because there's a lot of paranormal activity in that area.
Whispering voices in the middle of the night. Even more disturbing, some visitors claim that they have seen terrifying apparitions in the motel rooms.
Have you heard about anything that's happened in this room?
I was shaking out the sheets like normal, and it felt perfectly normal, except right down the middle there was like a body. And I just dropped the sheets and walked out. I just couldn't do it. I was like, okay, so.
And have you had any other experiences elsewhere other
Yeah,
than
I've
in this
had
area?
drawers open and doors closed, and I just don't feel like I'm by myself when I'm cleaning the rooms. I feel like there's something else in here.
I love that little touch that they added with the clown doll right there. That was good.
What can you tell me about your experiences here at the Clown Motel?
Like around 2 or 3, about 3:30 around there. I'm facing to where there's a table and 2 chairs, and I can literally see 2 shadows just sitting right there. And they'll start playing with my bathroom doors. Like I literally will leave the light on the bathroom door and my door's shut. And in the morning when I get up, literally the light's off, door's open. Sometimes they turn on the shower and they flush the toilet. So it's like...
As paranormal investigator Celia Ramos interviews the motel's owner, she begins to feel a burning sensation on her chest.
Most of the time, every week I'm listening something. Somebody is telling something weird story. They are seeing orbs. They are seeing people talking inside door sets.
Dude! You. Why did you... Why did you feel the need to give me with such a cheap jump scare? Why?
Then please stop for a second. Because my chest is burning.
Your chest is burning?
Here. I just feel uncomfortable. Is there anything on my chest
Where?
anywhere? Like here?
It's red.
I had to stop, I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
I got like heart palpitations real strong, and like I feel nauseous, and I feel like I needed to stop talking.
Later in the investigation, Celia and Jonathan start a spirit box session in the motel's lobby, where the motel's disturbing life-size clown doll has been reported to move on its own. They ask the spirits that haunt the Clown Motel to move the hands of the scary doll. They get a few replies on the spirit box, but are a bit disappointed when the clown's hands just don't move. But then, as the team shuts down their cameras and start wrapping up their investigation, 2 stationary cameras that are still rolling capture something terrifying.
Guys, that was cool stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wish this mechanism would move.
Yeah, but you know what? That takes a lot of energy, man.
Yeah, it does. You should leave that one light
But
on.
I will tell you this, from what I've experienced tonight, you guys really have a connection in this room. Whatever else is in this room. Need my help, Jonathan? You know what? I don't have a connection. I don't have a...
His hand just moved.
Really?
It's down. It just moved. I just watched. Whoa.
What happened there?
Both hands fell.
Both.
Thank you.
Both hands just moved. Rule out vibration. We've been all around here. I literally
all
walked
night.
around here.
All
around
night.
the
I've
circle.
walked over there. I've walked
And it
back
has
and
not
forth.
moved.
What you just witnessed is real poltergeist activity. Not once, but twice. Just before I turn the lights on, you can see the clown's right hand slightly move. Shortly after, the right hand comes completely off the top of his lap. Once Celia brings this to our attention, all 3 of us witnessed the left hand fall down. This completely blows our minds. We do not feel vibration was a factor, as we had walked around the clown all night and the hands never budged. I knew just as soon as I would say cut cameras, something would happen, so I left 2 rolling just in case, and I'm glad I did.
So did Celia and Jonathan accidentally capture poltergeist activity on camera? Is it possible that the ghost of the cemetery right next door visit the Clown Motel? You decide.
I'm willing to believe it. Like I said, there's so much paranormal activity there. Anything's possible.
You can check out more scary investigations of haunted places.
Wait, what's that?
Celia and John. Is it the Clown Motel? You decide. You can check out more.
Yeah, that's a fucking Pennywise cutout right there.
Scary investigations of haunted places over on Celia and Jonathan's YouTube channel, Paranormal Voyages. The House of Horror. The home known as the House of Horror in Asuncion, Paraguay is a home which locals say is extremely haunted. The now abandoned house has a long and very dark history, as 6 brutal deaths have taken place inside its walls. Long ago in the year 1913, a physician who lived in the house shot a man twice after he found him alone with his wife in their home. He later claimed that he didn't know what came over him when he pulled the trigger. Then many years later in 2018, a young mother, her 2 children, and her parents tragically lost their lives inside the home at the hands of the woman's husband. The senseless crime shocked the entire city and forever branded the home with the title, quote, The House of Horror. Several bus drivers that regularly pass by the House of Horror have claimed that they often see a strange shadow-like being late at night that tries to stop the bus. But then the figure simply disappears into thin air right before their eyes. The bus drivers also claim that when it rains, you can hear the crying and wailing of children coming from inside the house. The House of Horror and the strange activities surrounding it has been covered by many news outlets, including this report by Paraguay's C9N TV network. News reporter Alejandra Pereira and her cameraman were doing a tour around the creepy house live on TV when they captured something truly chilling.
Estilo colonial, bastante antigua esta casona. Alejandra, adelante.
Sí, muchísimas gracias, Silvio. Ya nos encontramos en el interior justamente de esta denominada Casa del Terror aquí sobre Oliva y Montevideo para hacer un recorrido con el compañero Derlis, que también estuvo en el momento que ocurrió esto, ¿verdad? Y nos va a poder también...
Fue en ese baño, Alejandra, donde se había realizado, digamos, el entierro de los 4 cuerpos de las 2 mujeres y de las 2 criaturas.
Sí, este sería uno de los lugares donde estaban enterrados justamente los cuerpos de las mujeres, en este caso, Silvio, según las informaciones que también estamos manejando. Porque parte de otro de los cuerpos justamente también se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también. Estamos manejando.
Wait. Did you guys hear that scream?
Porque parte de...
As the camera pans to and it shows that car, a few seconds after that you can hear a scream.
Otro de los cuerpos justamente también se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos...
Yeah, like that. Did you hear it?
Que parte otro de los cuerpos justamente también...
Yeah, let me slow it down here.
Se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos...
That's creepy. Oh, how did I not notice that?
Estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos ya en el fondo de la casa también.
Did you hear it?
I did hear
Very
it.
unexplained screams can be heard while Alejandra is explaining where the bodies of the victims were found. The news crew on the scene say that they heard nothing, but viewers watching the report live at home were shocked. Thousands of people contacted the news channel demanding an explanation for the strange screams. C9N Paraguay takes a look at the raw video footage live and again broadcasts their findings.
Vamos a llegar hasta aquí, hasta una de las máquinas donde nos tocó escuchar parte del archivo completamente en bruto. Lorena, ¿me puedes explicar lo que vamos a escuchar a continuación, los sonidos también por sobre todo?
Sí, bueno, lo que les voy a poner ahora es el sonido del ambiente que capta la cámara con el sonido del micrófono, porque nosotros recibimos los enlaces acá con canales diferentes, entonces eso se puede separar sin problema.
porque parte de otro de los cuerpos justamente también se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
Bueno, y ahora, ¿qué es lo que vamos a compartir también a continuación, Lorena?
Voy a poner el sonido ambiente que captó la cámara.
Solamente el sonido que entra por la cámara en sí y no por el micrófono que estaba teniendo en ese momento también nuestra compañera Alejandra Pereira. Si podemos ya reproducir y llegar al momento exacto en el cual se estaba dando lo que eran estos gritos.
Porque parte de otro de los cuerpos justamente también se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
So, just what do you think these screams could be? Could it be the shrieks of the victims still crying out for help? Or is it all just a very, very elaborate hoax? You decide.
I'm leaning more towards
Did you see
Ghost right there.
Because I didn't. Now you've heard me asking you, did you see it? Many, many times over the last few years. Did you see it? 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 But occasionally, I don't even see it. So these next videos feature creepy little sightings from videos that either need more explanation, or they're videos where you guys spotted something that I just didn't even see. So just 2 weeks ago, I posted a video by the French paranormal investigator Oz from the channel Project Activity. In the video, I mentioned that some unseen force seems to try to push Oz down the stairs.
Si je vous dérange, dans cet étage, je descends. Je vous demanderai de ne pas faire de bêtises.
Well, many viewers were quick to point out that whatever pushes Oz might actually be caught on camera.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. When I pointed that out last week, I saw that.
Go.
Je descends. Je vous demanderai de ne pas faire de bêtises.
Yeah, I remember pointing that out during the 12-hour stream last week when I was watching paranormal videos. I saw that. I'm gonna have to upload that one now, so that way you guys know what I'm talking about.
It almost does look like a shadow seems to rise right up from the floor to give Oz a push. Or it could simply be a trick of the light. Either way, I have to say to all the commenters who mentioned it, you have a very good eye because, well, I didn't see it. A few weeks ago, I posted a video by a night watchman at an abandoned hospital who caught a shadow figure in one of the rooms.
Alright guys, I'm at the empty floors. I was hearing some noise coming up right now. It's kind of freaking me out, so I'm going to be filming a little bit. Seeing some
Well, multiple people pointed out that even before the night guard sees the shadow figure in the room, there actually might be another shadow figure that no one even noticed.
Okay, now that one was him, the guy with the camera. You can tell just by looking at him how the arms are up like this. That's him holding his camera.
Including me.
Alright guys, I'm at the empty floors. I was hearing some noise coming up right now. It's kind of freaking me out, so I'm going to be filming a little bit. Seeing some
Another tall, dark, human-like shape seems to be lurking at the end of the hospital hallway. But it's so far away and grainy that it's hard to tell. So what do you think? Do you see it? Or is there just nothing to see?
That's just a reflection of him walking down the hallway.
Last month, we posted a video by popular Chinese ghost hunter Xiao Long. While the video was definitely full of some scary moments, some viewers felt that I had missed something very important. A ton of emails and social media messages came flooding in.
I was watching one of your videos.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Captured. I don't know if it's just me, but in the corner of this video right here, like I'll show you.
An organ plays from
Right there.
An organ
Right there. Right there on the corner.
So I watched this YouTube channel video. It's called Nuke's Top 5. I saw this one video. I'm watching it right now. Look at this. Look on the top left right corner. Right there. In that top right corner, you see something disappear very, very quickly. And he did not point that out, but I'm pointing it out so that he can point it out as well.
Now, unfortunately, I have to say that this one was caused by a careless editing mistake by me. You see, in an earlier clip, Xiaolong gets scared by a bird in the abandoned school.
哎，真是猫头鹰！哎哎哎呦！出！
So originally, I had intended to include this bird attack clip, but I ended up cutting it for time. But then I accidentally left in just a few seconds of the bird flying past a window. I honestly just didn't notice it when I was editing. So I guess in a way you could say that I didn't see it. So I'm very sorry for any confusion that caused, and next time I'll try to catch it. The game that knows your name. So I wanted to include this next
Doki Doki Literature Club.
quick video clip as an extra, because it's not necessarily paranormal, but it is downright creepy. YouTube gamer Ali B. Mac is doing a live stream playthrough of a visual novel called Doki Doki Literature Club. And then the creepy game seems to suddenly know a little too much personal information about her. And then things get truly bizarre.
Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Al? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Hi, everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick?
Well, this kind of ruins the game for me a bit.
We can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? Zoom in is your trick. Very impressive. This is annoying. Stop showing. I get it. It's your face. I'm just kidding. I can't do anything at all. If you gave it.
So I hope you weren't eating or drinking anything during that, and I'm just going to throw out a generic apology to anyone who hates jump scares. Sorry about that. But anyway, so the prevailing theory on how this game works is that it actually scans your computer to see if you're running any popular streaming software, and then it delivers up this personalized, terrifying experience. Honestly, to me, the idea of a game scanning through my computer files without permission is even scarier than this game. But that's just me. Anyway, please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more top 5 scary videos.
I think a more prudent explanation for that is because the game is on Steam, it's able to it's able to base information based on the player's Steam profile and enters in and goes about information from there.
Or I guess if you don't want to see them, don't subscribe. So, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you next week.
Alright, next up. Top 15.
Number 15.
From top 15 scary videos that'll keep you up all night.
In the hallway. Sometimes that ghoul in the hallway just wants to be a part of the group, Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit.
Whoa.
1196 writes, "Is that real or just good acting and editing?" The clip shows a small group of friends sitting on the floor and hanging out. As the shot pans from one friend to the other, it passes the darkened hallway beyond, but though it should be empty, there appears to be someone crouching
That's
in
creepy.
the darkness. Once the cameraman finally notices the intruder, he gets up and walks towards the hallway. For a moment, there's only darkness. There's clearly nothing there. Who was watching them? And what did he want? Number 14. Poltergeist. When a poltergeist displays his candor over a period of several days, you gotta see it for what it is, a permanent unwanted house guest. Published to YouTube in October of 2019, this video shows a series of poltergeist activities occurring in this couple's kitchen. On day 4, the salt and pepper shakers sitting on the kitchen countertop start to move slightly, then the salt falls over altogether. On day 8, the couple is in the kitchen. The woman is cooking something and sets the hand blender on the counter. It's turned off. She goes to the fridge to retrieve an egg, and this happens. She drops the egg in fright, while the man calmly turns off the blender. On day 24, the man enters his kitchen to get a glass of water. His back turned to the stove. One of the burners suddenly turns on of its own accord.
That's a gas stove. Oh, that is scary to think that a ghost can have that much control over a gas stove. They could kill you in instant.
Pan on the stove slowly slides over to the lit burner, again all on its own. The man just stands there drinking his water, watching this happen. He takes 2 eggs from the fridge and sets them on the counter, inviting the poltergeist to cook. Maybe this is the best way to go about living with a poltergeist. Just accept that you have a third, somewhat mischievous roommate. Number 30.
Dude, that guy... The hell's wrong with that guy? Are you kidding me? You ready for this one?
Sure.
Alright, so this guy... Okay, so this guy sets up a camera in his kitchen to record some poltergeist activity that he thinks is, taking place in his house. He captured some evidence, first, when no one's in the kitchen, the salt and pepper shakers move on their own, and then the salt falls over by itself. The second clip shows the man and his wife both in the kitchen. The wife is getting ready to cook something when all of a sudden the electric mixer that she was going to use just suddenly turns on by itself. But the third one was the most disturbing one. It's just a man in the kitchen on this one, and there's an unused pan on the stove because he's getting ready to cook some food for himself and all that. Then suddenly the gas burner, mind you, the gas burner turns on by itself.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
And creepy.
And the pan that he was going to use to cook something moves over that to that stove to that burner by itself. What's this guy's response to that? He goes to the fridge, gets 2 eggs out, sets them next to that burner, and waits for the ghost to cook the eggs for him.
Wow.
How stupid is that?
Someone's home when you think you're home alone, and then this happens. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit.
Oh.
What?
2 good things. And
Oh. Nice. Alright. Okay, now I've seen this clip as well.
By Esco Season 95, the Redditor writes, I was messing around with my dog, just us two were home, and my door did this. The video shows the Redditor playing with her dog's mouth, baring his teeth, when suddenly behind him, the door, which is opened into the bedroom, slowly swings closed before slamming shut. She specifies that her door never closes like this, and there were no doors or windows open to create a draft. While some think there are too many ways to fake videos with closing doors, others don't believe it's faked, but cite air pressure or other...
Now, to be fair, on the skeptic side this time, that's easy to fake. You know, just because that person claims that they're home alone doesn't mean that it's true. You just get a friend to like tie some string to like the bottom of the door, like maybe with some gum or all that or something like that. Then just at some point, just slowly close the door, and then pull it really hard, make the slam effect, and at the same time pull the gum off of it.
Circumstances that might have caused this. Dark Lord of Pretzels writes, whether or not it's paranormal doesn't matter, because if I was home alone and that exact scenario happened to me, I'd nope out of there so fast. I feel like most of us would agree with that statement. Number 12.
Alright, before we move on to the next one, guys, I need a bathroom break. Give me 1 second. Give me a few moments, and I'll be right back. Perfect place to stop that. Alright. So, we're continuing on. We're at number 12.
Something out there. What we don't know can't hurt us. Maybe. Published to TikTok by John Vasquez. He writes,
Oh, I've seen this clip too.
My cousin's trail cam. Proof that there is something out there that we don't know about. A small buck is captured in the forefront of the shot, while behind him in the forest, a very strange looking creature passes by. It looks like a multi-tiered stack of pumpkins. The buck seems disturbed by the presence behind him as he quickly turns around and walks a few steps to peer beyond the bush. While many in the comments note that the buck obviously sensed it, a TikTok user notes the creature is something best left alone. That's probably the best advice. Number 11, traffic stopping tiger. When you're cruising down a highway at night, sometimes you start to see things, but you're not imagining this. These commuters encountered an enormous Royal Bengal tiger on a highway in India.
Okay.
Published on YouTube in July of 2020. The full-size tiger was found resting on National Highway 7 as commuters pulled over to avoid disturbing the big cat. The highway is located near Pench National Park, from which the tiger likely wandered to take a peaceful rest in the middle of traffic. The park is home to a larger tiger population. Commuters' viral videos of the incident include some passengers staying safely inside their vehicles, agitated and concerned that the tiger might notice them, while others get out to take live video of the panting tiger. The police team and forest department were called to the area after eyewitnesses reported the obstacle. Fortunately, the Bengal did not harm anyone and simply rose from its spot after resting and returned to the forest without any intervention. This isn't the first time tigers have chosen the highway for lounging. Earlier this year, 4 were found resting in the middle of the road. Kind of puts a whole new spin on a traffic jam. Number 10, home intruder. There's perhaps no greater fear than a home intruder, and this close call attempt, although unsuccessful, published to YouTube on October of 2015, CTV News writes, police are searching for 4 suspects. 2 suspects are seen in the home security footage approaching the front door, but standing with their backs towards it with their hoods up, assumedly to avoid being identified. After one of the suspects knocks on the door, the homeowner opens it a crack, but these 2 walk off, while 2 other accomplices swing around the corner of the home and onto the doorstep, slipping a little on their shoes. They are dressed from head to toe in white, wearing masks and gloves. The homeowner slams the door shut immediately, and thankfully these villains don't manage to get inside. They take off running. The police believe this wasn't a random incident, but called on the public to help identify the suspects. While this clip strikes fear in some, others find the ridiculous slip and slide of the would-be home intruders amusing. Dexter Charles adds, "In my experience with home security, rubbing down your front step with butter is really the most effective thing. Hopefully these sticky fingers were captured and faced justice." Number 9, Monster Shark. Originally filmed by Ocean X, an ocean exploration initiative whose mission is to explore the ocean and bring it back to the world. This clip will have you wondering if you really want it back.
Whoa.
The clip shows the underwater machinery in action, navigating the bottom of the ocean floor when something large disturbs the sands below. Soon you see what that something is. This enormous monster shark scrapes the bottom of the ocean and appears to be in the middle of a meal. As she swallows her prey in one gulp, she doesn't even need to use the many teeth on display. A moment later, the shark swings back around, getting up close and personal with the machinery, and at one point, you can see its giant saucer eye, its gills way too close for comfort. The width of this beast is enough to make the most fearless of warriors turn tail and swim. Thankfully, we don't have to meet her in person. We have machines to bring it back to the world. Number 8, poltergeist activity. You might want to bring a shield and armor when this uninvited...
Well, I know what Nogla would say. That is a big shark.
guest shows up to your family reunion. Published to YouTube by Ghost.
What was that?
UK in November of 2019. A group of people appears to be watching something going on off screen when all of a sudden a poltergeist pops up beside them. Something up on a shelf is sent crashing to the ground. Startled, the group all turns to look and most start laughing. It's unclear what the disturbance was and what object was flung, but it seems to have been thrown with some aggression. Would you be laughing if this happened to you? Number 7.
Okay, yeah. See, here was my thought process on that.
Aggression.
It looked like this right here was the ghost, because let me rewind it back. Let me rewind it back to when I first showed the face.
You might want.
Doesn't that look ghostly to you? That looks ghostly to me.
Number 7. Someone's in the shower. What would you do if you got a gut feeling that someone was standing behind that shower curtain? Post it to the
No. I'm just gonna let this one go. No.
Narrator subreddit Lucky1196 writes, "Don't know if this is real or not, but kinda creepy AF. The clip shows the homeowner up."
Remember that video of that guy investigating his bathroom, and he was hearing voices coming from behind his shower, and he went to investigate it, but nothing was there, and then the light started flickering, and then he panned the camera up, and there was this really eerie demon-looking thing looking back down at it. Yeah, that's this video again.
Approaches bathroom, clearly uncertain whether or not someone is hiding in their shower. Like a bandit, the person yanks the shower curtain in one fell swoop, only to find no one there. But that's not where this ends. In that moment, the light above goes out, making him spring backward from the bathroom.
Enjoy it, guys, because I have no interest in it again.
He tries to light the switch several times, but the bathroom light doesn't turn back on. As the shot pulls back into the bathroom, peering closer at the medicine cabinet, the man enters, and the light above starts to flicker again, drawing his attention upward. That's when he captures this horrifying figure on camera. While most in the comments doubt this is real, some give it kudos and call it kinda a nightmare, but Redditor Dremrigo says it best. That one genuinely gave me chills, real or fake. Number 6, Electric Sky. If you saw this on the horizon, you may think some serious stuff is going down. Posted to the very spooky video subreddit by RavenTexX, The Redditor writes, "Is this recent? Looks real." The footage shows a dark and stormy scene with heavy clouds on the horizon, and in their midst a blinding beam of light. The light brightens and recedes more, but stays in the sky for quite some time before zapping out, leaving the night in total and utter darkness. While life forms outside of this planet could very well exist, some Redditors have other explanations. Greg the Chief writes, "It could be a transformer. I worked as an electrician the past few years. I never saw something that size, but
Yeah, and that high up?
electric energy has more power than most people think. Since I'm not an electrician, I wouldn't know for sure, but that sounds like a pretty rational explanation." Number 5. Who's watching you? Do you feel like you're being watched? Maybe you are. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Gage the Sun, this short clip will have you looking over your shoulder. Titled, "Eyes Out of Nowhere." There is no explanation for this footage. The clip shows 2 bright blinking eyes in the darkness hidden just beyond a pillar. They blink and then open once more. Then the dim light goes black, and this pair of glowing eyes are all you can see. Don't look into the dark corner of your room after watching this clip, or your imagination will keep you up all night. Number 4. Fresno Nightcrawler.
I just looked.
Have you
I just looked, and there's one there.
heard of the Fresno Nightcrawler? The cryptoid in question
Ah,
was
this
caught on
one.
video surveillance in Fresno, California. It appears extraterrestrial, looking akin to a long pair of white pants with a tiny head. The figure in this video, published in April of 2020, certainly fits that description. The home surveillance footage from Billings, Montana purportedly captures this bizarre creature. Claudia writes, "The figure appears in the top right corner at the 20-second mark along with sounds that seem to match a pig or some kind of mammal." Right before the timestamp in question, a car appears to drive near the property off camera, casting light into the yard. That's when you see the figure at the top right corner, which looks like it has 2 legs. Seeming to be scared into stillness, it soon scurries out of sight. If not the Fresno Nightcrawler, what do you think this is? It looks like no mountain lion I've ever seen. Number 3. Haunted Cemetery. Published in July of 2020, the Urban Ghosts Urban Exploration Team took the Randonautica app on a wild ride intended to lead them into places unknown. But somehow, for this team, the random destination was all too familiar. The app wound up taking them to a haunted cemetery that they'd explored 2 years prior. Joe explains that this is a bike park winding back into a cemetery deep into some heavy woods. During their last visit, they'd been scared out of it by what they thought was a bear. At one point, while looking at a grave in the fenced-in cemetery,
These are so old. You can kind of make it out.
whispering is heard in the background. All of Patty's batteries, which were fully charged, are now completely empty. When they fire up the spirit box, the spirit immediately says the name Joe. When asked if there's something they're supposed to find here, the spirit answers, "Near you." Joe feels like they're being watched. They keep hearing a man's voice coming from all directions. Rob, who's taking still images, also captures strange mists that appear in only some photographs. But the scariest find the team discovers in this haunted cemetery is a jewelry box on the ground. After misplacing it, they speak to the spirits through the spirit box again to see what's become of it. The spirit says Curtis.
It said Kurt. What did the box say again?
Later, they happen upon the carved jewelry box, which has somehow been placed ahead of them on the path, and find the inscription Curtis carved into it. Who is Curtis, and what's in the box? These questions are going to keep me up all night. Number 2,
Mhm.
what happens when you're on an extreme ghost hunt that goes horribly wrong? Published to YouTube in July of 2020, Simply Sereth can answer that question. He suggests using earphones to get the full effect of what happened to him and his crew when they got trapped in by unseen forces while exploring this bungalow. In the video, they wander through the dark abandoned house. It's raining outside, which adds to the creepy ambiance inside the home with its empty windows and doors. Nearly straight away, they keep hearing noises that makes them jump and search around for the source. The home is nightmarish, with bats or birds swooping down from the ceiling every so often. At one point, at 14 minutes 30 seconds, they hear footsteps above. At another point, there's a loud bang at the end of the hallway they're hovering in. While talking through the spirit box, they feel like something is at the end of the hallway again. They run for a moment, but then stall to talk again to the spirit box. They must have felt trapped like rats as they kept hearing noises on opposite ends of the hallway. But thankfully, they eventually escaped with their lives. But did something else come with them? I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and not alone. If you ever revisit your abandoned childhood home, make sure you bring a friend. Published to TikTok by Amber Woodworth. She is exploring her old former home. As she climbs the stairs, she explains that she and her sister shared this third-floor room all throughout high school. She says this upper floor was so terrifying when they lived here that her parents once had to take their mattresses up and sleep on the floor with them. She also explained that this house sat empty for 7 years after they fled, as she's describing the crooked chimney. You can hear someone breathing and talking over her, laughing, but Amber is the only one here.
Not sure when it's gonna tip over, but it's always been like that. And then these stairs are much harder to...
TikToker Kellen R. Roosevelt lists all that she heard in the video. Panting, laughing, talking, humming, and that final whistle.
But yeah, that's the tour. Nothing fancy or exciting. The house looks like...
When you listen with headphones, Amber clarifies that that noise was not her. Do you hear it too? I certainly do.
Not sure when it's gonna tip over, but it's always been like that. And then these stairs are much harder.
Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday.
Alright, next one.
Hello guys, now
Again from King Frostmare, scary TikTok videos you would never find.
it's time to look at some scary videos together again. Most of them have been sent in by you guys, and others I have found on the internet. Please leave a comment and a like, and now let's buckle up and stay frosty.
Great start.
The following video was discovered and shared by user Lucky, and it was apparently captured by an urban explorer on a late summer night. The man was alone at the time, and his destination of choice was an abandoned tunnel, which was located a couple of miles away from his hometown. Many urban legends are being told about this place, and several people claim to hear eerie voices stemming from within ever so often. So this man clearly was out for some thrills. Let's see what happened in there, shall we? At this point, the external battery of his flashlight seemed to malfunction, and he had to rely on a way weaker light source. But only a couple of steps later, he got terrified and even dropped his gear.
Okay, that's weird.
The man claims that he returned shortly after to retrieve his camera and bolted out of there as fast as he could. After watching the video, he got goosebumps over his whole body. It appears that a group of people is walking towards the entrance of the tunnel, but something appears off in the way they are walking. Did he capture some spirits here? What do you think?
Either spirits or a cult. Either way, it's very, very unnerving. How's the position of the camera here?
Next we will look at
Basement
recording
activity.
user Vanilla Bear, who has shared the footage on Reddit to look for possible answers and an explanation. Apparently the basement of the house he or she is living at is potentially home to some eerie activity. Lately, they hear the basement door moving forcefully, and even their dog is being startled by all of this activity.
Yep. Saw this one earlier. Let's watch it again though.
What do you think is going on here? I mean, it is pretty clear that some force appears to be moving the doorknob, but then there's nothing but thin air once the door is open. What natural causes could this be? Or what otherworldly causes, perhaps? Maybe the house is haunted indeed, since even their dog seems to be intimidated a bit, as stated by the owner. Who knows? It's really hard to come up with an explanation. Now we want to check out a recording that has been captured at the Franklin County Old Jail by the team of Paranormal Purgatory. It is said to be a paranormal hotspot, with many incidents that have been recorded there in the past. It was built in 1818 and is an old two-story brick building that stands 84 feet tall and 48 feet deep. A lot of room for inexplicable events, if you ask me. The team is checking out different corridors and hallways at first to see if they can capture any activity at all.
Can one of you guys do something? Man, we gotta turn off that light down there. Way down there. Was it?
Just moments after that,
Wait.
Was it?
Damn it, Frostmare! Stop doing that to me!
they can hear a whistle in the distance, which catches their attention.
That was legit. That's where I heard. I thought, hey, watch out. Big. Everybody watch the rails, and we don't know what's here. Yeah, bro, definitely. Oh. Something just blocked out the lasers down there. Bro, it's something right here. I can feel it.
It's crazy red.
Right here.
It feels like lightheadedness.
Yeah, like I can feel it.
Right here.
Can you make yourself known?
Yes, you can hear there seemed to be something responding, even though it wasn't very loud at this point. But this was about to change just moments after that, when they started to take a look into one of the other cells.
I feel like something's
messing with our cameras.
Yeah, that was down there. Look at that. That's maybe I see. Maybe I see. Maybe I see.
No, this time the whistle could clearly be heard by everybody, including me. Proof that there remained a forgotten soul, somewhere in the jail perhaps. Another viewer on that channel pointed out that there also appears to be a shadow getting up from the bed. Take a close look.
Maybe I see. You didn't just whistle.
Oh, that is creepy.
It clearly looks as if that shadow is moving upwards. So it couldn't have been just an ordinary reflection from an object in the room. What do you think? The team caught some really great evidence there, I find. Check out that channel for more investigation.
I'm willing to believe it. I mean, they were very convincing. Otherwise, you know, they put on one hell of a good performance between the four of them, or they cut some real stuff there.
Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider becoming a member and joining my channel. You'll get custom emojis for my live streams and other exciting perks. And a big shout out to Kaidai, Masked Doll, Pori Marjam, Grease on the Cogs, Shay Hitchcock, Joey Spagnoletti, Hector Colazzo, Kath Orange.
Well, just a little ritual, not too big of a ritual, just a little
It has
one.
been recorded by Phil LaGioia, and he was alone that night to make sure nobody would interrupt him when attempting the Candyman challenge. Some people swear that these rituals work. You might not conjure up Candyman himself in front of your mirror, but you open the door to entities that are out there in the nether, that are just waiting for a chance to enter our realm. If you would just invite them. Phil is setting.
And you know, all I gotta say is, who can take a who can take a donut, sprinkle it with dew. The Candyman, oh yes, the Candyman can.
Everything.
The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Is that how you summon them? Just sing that song in front of the mirror?
Up at this point. Let's take a peek.
Do this the way that it says. You're supposed to say Candyman 5 times. And apparently you either see him in the mirror, or who knows what's gonna happen here. I've never done this before. I've seen some videos of what people have done. Kind of freaky, to be honest, because you don't know what to expect. So, we're gonna try it. See what happens. Candyman.
Can. And makes the world taste good.
Phil believes to have seen something in the mirror, but maybe it was nothing, so he attempts it again.
Let's try this again. Alright, one more time. Candyman.
A bit unnerved, he still believes that these bangs have natural causes. Maybe the neighbor next door's. He makes it through the apartment to look for anything out of place. Should it really have stemmed from his own apartment?
The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
saw something right behind me. I swear I felt it, like, touch my back.
Yeah, I see it too.
And there appears to be a shadow standing right behind Phil, and it doesn't look to be his own, since it's angled to the left. He also claims to feel a touch, so we have to wonder, was this a paranormal entity that he might have conjured up? If so, we should wish him best of luck, because it's pretty tough to get rid of one of these beings. But it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, why do people do
if
this?
it goes
Do
to
this to them, huh?
Why? For holding his phone vertically during the whole ritual. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right. 5 scary videos.
This is a top
not to show your
5
friends.
list that you should not show your friends because I think it might be too scary for them to handle. Number 5. A YouTuber who goes by the one and only Spud Bud has been hearing scary noises outside of his house every night. Strange and mysterious sounds coming from the sky. It always seems to happen between 4 and 5 in the morning when it's still dark outside. Listen to this and tell me what you would do if you were woken up by this noise. It's hard to tell if the sky sounds are coming from an animal or a machine, or perhaps even some living mixture of both. Whatever it is, it sounds tremendously large and about to crush his house. On Thursday, after 4 days of scary noises, the one and only Spud records the creepiest video of all. This is when it sounds less mechanical and more like a creature, but tell me what you think it is. A low rumble pierces the sky with enough force to make the floorboards of his house creak. One thing that makes me think this is real is how he never leaves his home to go outside. Instead, he paces around his house nervously hoping that the sound will go away, and it looks like a realistic reaction. Well, most people believe this is real. One person said they analyzed the clip and found it was edited. They said they would link the sound file but never did, so their claims have not been supported. Let me know if you have ever heard this noise from any movies or other popular media. Maybe together we can figure this one out. Number 4. A YouTube channel called Nathan's Junction goes exploring at an abandoned house in Nepal. One with...
Well, all I can say is real or fake. That was creepy as fuck, boy.
Twist. This is where his grandfather used to live until he succumbed to medical problems, at which point this place in the woods became haunted. It's a long and treacherous walk through the forest to get there. A fallen tree is the only way to cross the river, and he keeps thinking something is behind him multiple times. The house is old and sinking and taken over by bats long ago. He sets up a second camera to catch any activity outside of the house, and then he steps inside. At the exact moment Nathan thinks he hears something moving nearby, the outside camera detects the movement of a shadowy figure, a ghost in the window. Could this be his grandfather coming to say hello? After that, Nathan begins hearing strange noises that you never want to hear coming from the woods. He knows he isn't alone at this point and goes outside to check the second camera for paranormal evidence. some kind of object falls over by itself from deeper inside the house, almost like the ghost of his grandfather.
Okay, chills. Yeah, I don't know if he points this out later, but he definitely
Deeper inside the house, almost
right there. There's an apparition right there.
it's like the ghost of his grandfather doesn't want him to leave just yet, or maybe the bats knocked something over. Either way, the timing is creepy. Nathan senses something above and shines his flashlight at the roof. He doesn't see anything, and I'm sure you don't either, but keep watching this area because you will. He inverts the colors with a special filter, and within the negative image you'll see a head pop up at 25 minutes and 52 seconds, and then something runs across the roof. He is in some scary woods, so this could have just been a wild animal, but considering this is the final resting place of his grandfather, it could be his long-lost relative watching him leave. Tell me what you think he caught on camera that night. Number 3. This scary moment
Again, creepy.
taken by the McD3 in the Isle of Palm, South Carolina, shows how even a relaxing family vacation at the beach is never truly safe.
Hey, get her out.
The mother has her back turned and misses it, but the father sees a small shark fin and tells her to run away. I don't think the juvenile shark was actively going after them, but what's really scary when you think about it is how the deep sea creature has already gone past before it gets noticed. Had the shark been just a few feet closer to shore, it would have been directly in their path, and we all know that when sharks are surprised, they rely on their teeth to get out of the situation. It doesn't look like anyone else is in the water, but if there is a nearby lifeguard, then I hope they report the shark so they could get everyone to safety. Number 2. Luna Meow has a natural ability to communicate.
As someone who has a daughter that's roughly around that same age, that was scary to see.
With the paranormal that she intends to explore to the fullest on her ghost hunting channel by the same name.
To turn on the flashlight that's next to me. Please. Do you think you can do that? How many of you were married when you... Okay. I don't like that. That's scary.
At
Then why'd you ask him to do it?
17 seconds, she appears to feel a presence draw near, and when she looks over her shoulder a second time, the flashlight is on. It doesn't look like anyone is nearby, at least nobody who is alive. The object just turns on by itself like a ghost touches it.
The flashlight on.
They aren't interested in answering any more questions and simply turn the flashlight off without further interaction. Maybe they just wanted to let Luna know that they were here, watching. During a different investigation, Luna and some friends try to summon a spirit, and it just might have worked.
Oh, look at it, look at it.
Thank you. You know other people are here, aren't you? Don't you?
Does the girl make you happy?
But perhaps the creepiest video of all comes from the Omen House in Beverly Hills, California. This is where a nefarious group gained access to a famous celebrity's home, and she did not last against them for long. Their paranormal equipment detects the motion of a spirit nearby, though it could be detecting the movement of this ghost hunter picking up the K2 meter at 5 seconds. Still, if you look very closely, the K2 meter detects a spike of paranormal energy at the same time the motion sensors go off, and shortly thereafter this mysterious blue light sweeps across the room that they all swear was not a flashlight.
Whoa.
I have my doubts about this, until one of the team bangs a shelf and jumps up and down to demonstrate that all of the items on this shelf are stable, but as soon as he walks away, this object falls over by itself, something which apparently happens all the time.
Want to show them one more time? I finally get by before they all leave. We're just gonna keep doing this. They're gonna jump.
The same exact object falls over all by itself. On one hand, the same object moving twice could be a sign of a ghost manipulating objects at will, but on the other hand, maybe this toy is simply unbalanced and falls over on its own a lot. Still, the fact that it happens while he is walking away seems to suggest that this is the work of a ghost with selective intelligence who wants attention. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe? Number 1. A YouTuber decides to take on the Candyman challenge at home all by himself. He leaves the lights on and recites the name of the cursed urban legend 5 times. This is supposed to summon the real Candyman, a tall figure with a hook for a hand that the movies were later based on. But it doesn't work, so he decides to say the name 5 more times. A different Candyman challenge by a YouTuber named Kenny Bilski looks slightly more authentic. He waits until 3 a.m. to try and capture the Candyman on camera, and it all goes wrong upon reciting his name for the 5th and final time.
Candyman. 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 Candyman.
Kenny is waiting to get jumped by the hook-handed maniac himself, but nothing happens, so he bravely decides to try again.
Okay. Candyman. 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 Candyman.
Move! Move! No, 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 no! What the? Okay, I'm getting the out of here. I'm getting the.
2 loud noises occur. One on the other side of the garage door, followed by a second bang right beside him, and then the garage door opens. I was waiting for Candyman to be standing on the other side, but Kenny nopes out of there before we get a chance to see it for ourselves. I don't see anyone's shoes on the other side, so I'm guessing no one is there and he opened it with a remote control. But when he swings the camera around at 4 minutes and 54 seconds in the mirror, you can see the head and shoulders of a shadow figure peeking from around the corner, a possible Candyman sighting from the shadows. People go through scary events all of the time.
Okay. Whew. Interesting last one to leave on, that's for sure. That's for sure. Alright, guys, that's going to wrap up this episode. You know, thank you all so much for watching. This has been fun. Got through a lot of videos, and I got a lot more to go through, so hopefully within the next few days I can do another one of these. We can get caught up a little bit more. But thank you all for watching. I will do more of these, of course, as always. Links in the description to all the videos that I display here. You know, if you want to go check them out for yourselves and not wait for me to react on them. But you know, for those of you who enjoy this, you know, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good night, and be brave.